Hello everyone, welcome to my channel. In this video, let us understand about the term friction. Before entering into the video, let me show you a few questions. I guess that you all have answered it as friction. But how do friction works on all these things? For to understand much clearly about friction, the only effective way is to play with friction. So let's start diving into the world of friction. Firstly, I don't want to confuse you all by saying the textbook definition in sums, but giving you a complete clarity about friction. Let's go back to the history of friction. A long time ago, a scientist named Aristotle said the natural state of anything is to be at rest. What he exactly means, anything that started moving would come to rest by itself. People started believing that for a long time. After a long time from it, another scientist named Galileo, he said, I agree, but why aren't the planets stop rotating? Galileo started thinking about it so and so. Galileo concluded that a moving object stops until something makes it to stop. Let us compare the observations between Galileo and Aristotle. So, according to Aristotle, the natural state of any object is at rest, but according to Galileo, a moving object would not come to rest until something stopped it. With this, Galileo has changed the people's opinion on friction. Let us start understanding friction in brief. Let us start playing with friction. Imagine that you are pushing a block, but it doesn't because something is opposing it so that you are unable to push it. And that is our mysterious friction. From then, you start exerting much pressure on the block so that our frictional force will give up and you will be moving the block. This is about friction and opposing force. Friction, causes of friction. In this part of video, I am going to explain you about what causes friction and where does it come from. From now, you should be listening to the class with good concentration. When we think of friction, the most probable picture is roughness, right? Let me ask you a question. Do roughness is the only cause to create friction? Let me explain you in one word of sense. Take two rough surfaced objects and start rubbing them together. And there are the things getting interlocked. Interlockings are very small that we can't see with our naked eye. And now this is one case of force exerting. Do you feel that only rough surfaces possess friction? Then this is for you. Have you ever seen a glass table? Or imagine a glass table. The glass surface is so smooth, right? But when you think of its legs, they are made up of rubber. When you try to push the glass, it hardly moves. A huge amount of friction, right? Now, if you think roughness is friction, then glass is very smooth, rubber is very smooth. Let's go deep and view the friction between glass and rubber. And here they form bonding and it is actually called as adhesion. For years, scientists thought that interlocking causes friction, but now we came to know that the particles begin to start bonding. Now, if you start moving, you will feel some opposing force. And this is how friction causes opposing force. And now, if you take a soft object, and that soft actually refers to the object that it could change its shape. And now, if you take something and place it on the soft object, the shape begins to change. So, you try to push the object, it hardly moves. because it's now in a valley even though it seems like flat. This effect is known as Powing effect. The three causes of friction are irregularities, adhesion, and the Powing effect. Let's look at the summary part of the video. Firstly, we discussed that Galileo is the main person in the discovery of friction. And next, what causes friction and where does it come from? In part 2, I'd like to make a video on factors that change friction and types of friction. Thank you very much for watching the video.